Hi, I'm Evelyn Linwood. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. Glad you stopped by. Today I wanted to go over sort of my goals for 2026, what I'm going to be changing in the new year, and break down a little bit more specifically my quarter one goals. So I am changing up my planning system completely. Normally I plan by quarter and by month and by week. And this coming year, and I am going to give it the old college try and do it for the whole year so that I get a good idea of how well it works or doesn't work. I'm going to try cyclic planning, which I saw on Joshi Corinne's YouTube channel. I will put a link in the video description to the video that explained cyclic planning. And she's like a bullet journal planning person. So I will be trying that, and essentially each quarter is 13 weeks already, and the way that cyclic planning works is you break it down so that what would normally be a month is just a 4 weeks chunk of time, and then it's very consistent. It starts on the same day of the week, ends on the same day of the week for every cycle. So it's just 4 complete weeks. And then there's 3 cycles per quarter plus 1 week added at the end as sort of like a reset week. And I always really enjoy reset weeks. So that sounded like something that would work for me. And I also tend to suffer from a significant amount of time blindness. Which, if you're not familiar with that basically just means that I don't experience time in the same way as most people. Yes, time happens and I exist in it, but it doesn't compute properly. I'm not aware of it. 5 minutes feels like an hour and vice versa. And it's very difficult for me to sort of plot my place in time or recall memories based on when it happened. And it is just sort of a thing that happens with a lot of people with ADHD have it, and it's not exclusive to that, but time blindness exists. It doesn't have to hinder your life. You can set a lot of alarms and stuff, and there are ways to manage it. But for me, I wanted to try this new kind of more consistent planning so that I don't have 1 month be 31 days, 1 month be 28 days, and supposedly cyclic planning can be helpful for time blindness, so we'll find out. And after that ramble, so that's what I'm doing for my planning system, which I have in my handy dandy bullet journal. And every time I make a journal, every time I set up a journal, I'm not sure when I started this, but I've been doing it for a while. I will set up a spread that is like 8 quarters broken down. So 2 years, kind of an author dream spread. And sometimes I've set it up and every time I've set it up, I've been so completely unrealistic with it. Let me pull up this past one. I got through basically 2 quarters in a year. And I didn't even finish the 2 quarters, actually. I got through a quarter and a half. I plan like a crazy person. So what I did with this one is I wrote everything in pencil. And then once I got to a quarter, I wrote it in pen. To be like, yes, this is what I'm definitely doing this quarter. Because I did know that I had overplanned and I planned to move some stuff around, but I gave up adjusting that because I would have had to erase everything and scoot it. Anyway, my new one, I've been a little more careful to plan what I actually believe I can do. In theory, on my best day, I can actually work well ahead of this schedule. On my worst day, I would be a little bit behind, but I think as an average, it is just enough to push myself a little bit, but not enough that I need to be too worried. So in this schedule, for quarter one specifically, actually no, we'll do the whole year. By the end of the year, in theory, I will have Showing Silver, that's my debut novel. I will have the sequel published, in theory. I'm actually aiming for maybe summer, but we'll see. And then I would have my next book almost complete and started drafting the one after that. But I don't know that will happen. And also in my goals, I want to finish my maps for those 2 books. And then keep up with my newsletter and my YouTube and socials. And that's about it. Everything else is just related to publication. Yeah, so that's my goals for the whole year as an author. And I'm planning to focus on my health a bit more. I have been getting repeated injuries, and we don't like that. No one likes that. So I will be going to the gym. But that's not really author related, and I won't be sharing much about it on this channel, so. And then, so for my quarterly bullet journal, I set up a cover page and a cycle overview, a quarter overview, I guess it's called. And I got this from Joshi Corinne as well. So basically the idea is I can assign projects or tasks to specific weeks to make sure that I'm on track and not like falling way behind. And I do have it broken down, like cycle 1 is 4 weeks, cycle 2 is 4 weeks. And I'm starting it on December 28th and ending my cycle, it will be March 28th. So it's not perfectly aligned to months, but it will be, I hope, helpful. I have a milestones page, and I am covering up the titles because I have 2 book titles on here that I have not announced. Yeah. So for drafting, I basically have what's on my Kanban, which is the kind of the names of the beats in the story that I need to write for the 3 characters, and then the maps I need to work on. And then for Project King, the background project that I'm editing, I just have it broken down by chapter and the map I need to work on. And then I have newsletters, and I want to put my previous newsletters like on my website, just not public but archived so that they're there. And I might like give access to newsletter subscribers through like a link or something. And that way everyone would have access to any newsletter freebies that are specific to the newsletter. And also it would give, I've heard that they're very good for SEO to have your newsletter archived on your website, so we'll see if it helps. And then I've actually already done my YouTube and socials planning, so I have that written down as a step, but I worked ahead of time and I posted the schedule as well. But then I have, I need to add something. I have the 3 cycles, and I plan to have a reset video as well, so I'm adding that. I'll find my pen in a minute, my marker in a minute. Yeah, so then that's pretty much it. And then I have a little business admin section that's like file your annual report, and I'm going to unpublish some journals that I had out because I don't think they're quite in line with what I'm trying to do with my business, Night Sky Publishing. My long-term dream with that is to set it up so that it's something that can help other indie authors to connect with editors, cover designers, that kind of thing. And I was offering my services on there as a copy editor, which I still am. I'm still accepting orders, but it's something that I think has to be a little more long-term with AI and everything. A lot of people have turned to like programs like ProWriter 8 or whatever it's called, Grammarly. Well, I don't know that those use AI, but people have turned to AI as an editor. A lot of indies, not everyone, but so I was getting less, and I don't know that many people in the industry just yet, so it's difficult for me to like connect people with the correct cover designer that they would need. So I still offer my services as a copy editor and as a book formatter for basic formatting, not for like the ones that need Photoshop. Yeah, but I think long term I would like to build up to that, but for now it's going to be more just a place for me to publish my own novels, like Showing Silver, the sequel Project Gold, the next one, new series Project King. Yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching. And if you have goals for the new year, please let me in on them. I would love to support you, and tell me what your planning system is like. I am a little bit of a planner nerd, so I would enjoy that a lot. Bye, and Happy New Year.